guys, and welcome back to another vlog. I don't think I've actually disclosed yet the new name that we've got for the new horse. So, name disclosure. I've decided Kodak. So, like the camera, Kodak. The name came to me when I was in the field with him, just chatting, and I was just like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Yeah, like, you're just so pretty, you need to be in the camera, blah blah blah. And I thought, Kodak, that just literally came to me. So yeah, so his name is Kodak. So we are just on the way to a Greg Hill for a show jumping lesson. This is going to be his first time out for a proper lesson. New arena again, he's never seen this place before. He did have a bit of a moment. We're travelling in the trailer. He's not been in the trailer before. He did have a bit of he went in fine, like he did with the lorry. You know, had to think about it, but once he was in, he was fine. Tied him, started travelling down the lane, and the trailer was just wobbling. He was kicking out and had a massive panic. So I just stopped the car, we just went and checked on him. He's really snorting and just very panicky. So I just drove again. Sometimes I think when you just continue driving but steady, they just settle. So yeah, and he has. He's actually settled fine. So I'm just I'm excited about today because he's fantastic. I find he's a lot calmer in an arena to what he is out on the road. I think he feels a bit more enclosed and a bit more safer. But he's all new to it and he's doing fantastic. So yeah, we'll be there soon, and yeah, I'm excited for it. So as you can see, my lesson.
Oh no!
I didn't get very far in the lesson. We literally turned up in the trailer. He was a bit not happy in the trailer. But yeah, he was a bit sweaty when he came out. So he came out, tacked him up, he was fine. Then we walked him down. There's like quite a steep hill to walk down. We passed the lunging pen, which I think there was supposed to be lunged in there. Past the walker. He wasn't scared at all by it, but he was a bit sweaty and, you know, looking around where he'd been, where he was. Got into the big arena, really big open arena, loads of show jumps, colourful, they was all built up quite high. Walked in, he was really like looking around. He was stood right by the entrance. I got on him, he's always moving when I get on him anyway, so I expected that, so I just got on his back, just put my foot in the stirrup, and he had that frozen, you know, when they're about to rear, he had that frozenness. So I just squeezed him on, just to push him forwards, and he just went up, spun round like this, and there was a fence about this high going all around the outside of the arena, and when he came down, the fence is here, he came down and he collapsed on his legs, and then he went down under the fence, his head went down into the fence, and then he kind of shifted to the right with his body. That's then when I slid off. So I think I just put my arm down. I slid off. As he got back up, he obviously had to move his body back over to the left, which meant he was then under the fence, and he then got back up. When I just got up straight away, I didn't feel hurt at the time. It was more of it wasn't like a fall, it was more like I just kind of rolled off him. And I kind of turned up, went to get hold of him, and I looked at my wrist because it just felt a bit odd. So I looked at it and it was completely like that actually, and completely swollen. So I kind of thought, yeah, that's not right. So we had to end the lesson there, obviously, and I couldn't drive. I had to get my sister to come and pick me up and pick the trailer up and the horse. So we just put Kodak in the horse walker. And then I went to A&E once we all came back and dropped the horse off, and yeah, I then went to A&E and I broken my wrist in two places. So here it completely is disconnected from the just completely disconnected. Then here, it obviously crushed down into this bone here. So when I went into hospital, they had to pull it. So yeah, they just had to pull my arm straight and get my wrist corrected. But yeah, so I've broken it in 2 places. Obviously, I now can't ride, I can't drive. Luckily, I still have my other hand, meaning I can still do stuff, which is good. But yeah, so we're having to catch the bus to the stables every day. I did have someone interested in a horse actually, that I was going to arrange a viewing for. But obviously, you know, I can't ride them beforehand either, or tack up really. I'm struggling to tack up, so people are just going to have to bear with me with that. So yeah, I'm still taking the horses out for walks around the village and taking them in the arena and just doing what I can. So horses are all still being worked, all still being cared for. Yeah, it's just a waiting game now, just to see how long this takes. But it's just a bit of a pain. I can't drive. That's the biggest downfall of all. Yeah, so life goes on. So I did speak to his old owner and I asked if he'd ever ridden before, because I think it was one of those situations that he just kind of had he just froze. He just kind of freaked out a bit, and you know, I only had him a week. As far as I'm aware, he's a fantastic horse. He's never done it with me before, and I've ridden him every day since I've had him. So I asked his own old owner if that's a typical thing that he's ever done before, and she said no, he's never ridden, never worked. And I truly believe her, because he is a really, really sweet horse. I really like him. So yeah, I think it was just one of those things, and I think the travelling there, he just didn't like going in the trailer, and I think that was just the start of the whole process. So yeah, it's absolutely not put me off him one bit. And I think because it was quite a nice fall, like it didn't actually fall, and it wasn't a nasty fall, it was literally an accident. So he just topped himself basically and fell on the floor. So it was just one of those things. I mean, he has got some scarring on his back, which the physio came yesterday and she did his back, and she helped out and she put some silver spray on his back just so the flies can't get in there. But yeah, she was quite happy with how he is with his muscles and things. So we just got a lot of building up to do. So really, this time with me now not riding him or any of them, it's going to do Kodak quite good, because I'm just going to be walking him in hand around the village, just giving him that downtime from his racing career. And I put more into Kodak, and he was actually a hurdle racer.
He's second last for the Village Way. Mount Falcon and Manila Blue Way are 2 stern challengers, and Manila Blue Way has now come through and has taken up the advantage as they run on towards the final fence. So it's Manila Blue Way with the advantage, is safely out over the final fence. The Village Way has nothing left to offer in second. Mount Falcon is in third, but it's going to be Harry Swan and John Nallen who take the adjacent. Manila Blue Way opens his career at the perfect start. Being followed in by the Village Way is in second, and Mount Falcon last of 3 to finish.
Which is fantastic, which just shows that's why he knows how to jump. So yeah, I'm still super pleased with him. He's a sweet boy. So yeah, so this time might be good for us, and I can just lunge him, keep him going, start really feeding him up, letting him have that time just to fatten up a bit and just do light work. And then as soon as this is ready, I'll be back on his back, and hopefully we can get out there and go to some shows.
So I'm still managing to do things. It's obviously so much harder and so much more time consuming than it would be if I had 2 hands. I do find by the end of the day my arm is very achy. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be doing all this, but it's surprising what can be done with one hand and how much your legs do actually come into hand with everything. And these big wheelbarrows are just fantastic because obviously I don't need two hands to wheel them. So yeah, I am still managing to do things. So the hay nets and things, I can only really half fill them because I would just never be able to lift it otherwise. And they've got a really nice long string on, so I'm able to just kind of, it's just worked. And of course with a little bit of teeth work as well. Oh dear, that's terrible. But I just have to do what I have to do. So yeah, just getting my teeth into it. I used my leg as well at one point just to lift the hay bale up, just to release the weight to make me able to poke the string through. So you know that there are ways around everything. Not the most ideal, but it's things that need to be done. So just mucking out the stables. I found this was actually quite easy, but after doing 5 stables, my arm was about to drop off. I'll tell you what, it's a very good workout. And to be honest, because the horses are only coming in during the day at the moment, just while I work them, it has been, the stables are not huge beds, so I've basically been skipping them out really, which is making it a bit easier. But so poo picking in the field, so again, you find a way and you make it work. So yeah, I'm gonna have an extremely strong arm after all this. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this cast on. I'm guessing about 6 weeks, but that's at the very maximum. Hopefully it only turns out to be about 4 weeks. So the exercises that I'm doing with the horses at the moment, because obviously I can't ride, so I'm doing everything that I can apart from riding. I'm so glad that they've all got these easy clip head collars, otherwise I would really struggle to do the buckles up, because obviously doing a buckle up or doing a belt type thing up one-handed is extremely hard. So the exercise that I've been doing is just taking them out for walks just around the village, and wow, I am so surprised with how many cars that passed us and actually slow down. They see me with a cast, and cars don't normally slow down, as I'm sure you all know who ride horses. Every single car has slowed down to the maximum. So yeah, it's just silly that is what it takes to let a car acknowledge that, you know, these are dangerous animals and things can happen. So yeah, here's Jet. So I've just been doing some lunging. Again, one-handed. I found that the horses were slightly confused to begin with because, you know, obviously you haven't got the exact right arms that you should be using with the crop in the one arm. But they adapted to it and they started to understand what I was asking. So yeah, these have been my exercises and my routines that I've been doing with the horses since I've broken my wrist, just to keep them going basically. So this is going to be what I'm doing with them for the next however long it takes.